Welcome to today's video. Today's video is on applied linguistics, and we are going to be focusing on certain areas that are crucial when we are talking about applied linguistics. Okay, we're going to be focusing on second language learning or acquisition. We are going to be looking at language policy and planning. We're going to be looking at clinical linguistics, forensic linguistics, psycholinguistics, and a whole lot of other areas that are crucial to applied linguistic studies. I need you to sit back, take out your pen, take out your papers, and I will see you at the end of this video. Applied linguistics learning content. Number 1, what is applied linguistics? Here we're going to be defining what applied linguistics is, and it is an investigation or an exploration of solutions to real-world language-related concerns. In other words, it is the application of insights gained from the study of language to solving practical language-related problems. Applied linguistics is different from linguistics because branches of linguistics are more theoretical in nature, but applied linguistics focuses on the systematic application of acquired linguistics knowledge, acquired knowledge in solving real-world challenges. Number 2, we'll be looking at areas of applied linguistics, one of which is second language acquisition, or what we refer to as SLA. Here, we'll be looking at theories of language acquisition. Of course, focus will be on theories of how human language is acquired, with each theory exploring the possibilities of how language is cultivated in humans or acquired naturally. Such theories will include behaviorism, nativism or innateness theory, cognitive theory, and interactionist theory. If time permits us, we'll also look at a few contemporary theories in addition to these traditional theories. We'll also be looking at factors affecting language acquisition. Such factors influence the process of language acquisition in individuals. A few examples will include internal factors, which involves the learner traits, and we have the external factors, which will involve social or the environment. The concept of interlanguage is the third area under second language acquisition. Now, interlanguage is a form of language created by a second language learner, or what we refer to as L2 learner, having two forms of languages. Interlanguage is often described as an idiolect that preserves some features of their first language and overgeneralizes some second language rules. Interlanguage is a variety, between L1 and L2, which all learners go through. Now, moving on from second language acquisition, we'll be looking at language planning and policy, abbreviated as LPP. This area focuses on how the function, the structure, or the corpus and acquisition of language is influenced in a community, either through formal or informal government policies. The major aim here is actually to promote select language varieties. Aspects that we will be looking at will include status planning, corpus planning, prestige planning, and education planning. Finally, we will look at language planning and policy specifically in Nigeria and some challenges that the government and citizens of the country faces when it comes to language planning and policy. Number 3 aspect, we'll be looking at forensic linguistics, which is language and law. Now, this area will focus on examining how linguistic knowledge is applicable to legal matters. Such legal matters will include court proceedings and criminal investigations. That is, we're going to be examining language evidence in solving both criminal and civil problems. Now, there are some branches of forensic linguistics that we'll focus on. It will include language of law, language of legal process, and language as evidence in court. We'll also move over to looking at the importance of forensic linguistics in general, specifically in Nigeria. Then we'll be looking at clinical linguistics. Clinical linguistics, which is the fourth aspect. Clinical linguistics is a sub-discipline of applied linguistics. Now, this area focuses on the application of linguistic ideas to the investigation of language disorders. We'll be looking at the description and analysis of language disorders. Emphasis, however, will be on speech disorders and language development, and also we'll be looking at linguistic diagnosis and management. Now, when it comes to sociolinguistics, we'll discover that it is the study of the relationship between language and society. The goal here is to investigate language variation within different social contexts while paying close attention to issues like ethnicity, education, region, gender, and age, amongst other aspects. Now, sociolinguistics demonstrates how language contributes greatly to social interaction and identity construction. Key concepts will be our focus here, and such concepts will include multilingualism, language variation, language and identity, code switching, code mixing, dialectology, diglossia, pidgin, and creoles. Finally, in this course, we'll be looking at psycholinguistics. Psycholinguistics is the psychological aspect of language, that is the relationship between the human mind and language. That is how language is comprehended, produced and stored in the brain, vis-a-vis all aspects of linguistic studies such as phonetics, morphology, phonology, syntax, semantics, and pragmatics. Our emphasis, however, is going to be on the cognitive processes involved in language comprehension, perception, and production. We'll also look at language-related disorders and speech and language pathology. Now, this is the entirety of what we'll be looking at concerning applied linguistics. I hope you watch out for the next teaching, which will be on applied linguistics as a mediation between linguistics and other discourses in the investigation of language learning. Thank you for listening. Now, do not forget to share, like, and subscribe. Also, turn on your notifications and watch out for our next video. Bye.